Welcome to another edition of the Metal Boys, and today, as part of our 30th anniversary collection, we're kind of cheating a little here. We're going back to Accepts. Balls to the wall, man! So, technically, if you want to get technical about it, it's December 1983 it was released, but I can tell you where I was at February 4th, 1984. Whoa. I was purchasing said album,
Balls to the Wall, man!
in vinyl format at my favorite record store. So, Jim, Balls to the Wall.
Man.
We were talking about, you know, after Restless and Wild, a great album. I think North America, that song put them on the radio. It was, for me, the classic sounding Accept album. You've got tons of great material on there.
Oh, yes.
Starting with the lyrics and you got the chants, you got the plugging bombs in everybody's arse, you know, we're still trying to figure out the lyrics, but it was all part of the Accept experience.
Very ambiguous cover, very ambiguous lyrics.
That's actually their roadie's leg, I think.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
so you got Balls to the Wall, you got London Leather Boys, Nightmare Pleasure's What You've Done.
Yes.
Talking about bikers, leading into Fight It Back. Head Over Heels, a great song.
Yes.
And ending on the first side with Losing More Than You've Ever Had. A surprisingly delicate vocal by Udo. Udo, sorry.
Udo.
Not Udo.
For me, Alan, I got to tell you about my experience with Balls to the Wall. I was listening to the radio. Actually, this is the first album that got me into Accept. I got to tell you. I didn't know about Restless and Wild because it never really played on the radio. It was more of an underground thing. But this is an album that, because it was so finessed and fine-tuned with a big-time production.
Michael Wagner.
And it was on the radio, and it was late-night radio that it was on. And the first time I heard it, I go, what is this? Is this AC/DC? Is this Judas Priest? Is it a mix of both? Or Balls to the Wall, man! And I'm like, oh my God, it just like, it came out of the speakers. It was this explosive song that I had to run out and buy the album. I even ignored the picture on the album as I bought the album. I go, no, it's a good album. and I bought it, and I thought it's probably one of the best metal releases, a top 10 best metal releases ever. And then I went back into Restless and Wild and Breaker, etc., etc.
Again, yeah, a month before, in January of '84, I tuned in a little late. I got Restless and Wild. Just thought that amazing album. So when this came out, or when I went back to the store a month later and I saw Balls to the Wall, it was a no-brainer to pick it up. And you know, it's for me, it's probably the album of the collection. Still, and the second side, you go with Love Child, Turn Me On. You got Losers and Winners, Hot Hot, and Guardian of the Night, which for the life of me I don't remember anything about that song. And it ends surprisingly.
Yes.
With a touching moment. Yes. One of my favorite ballads of the 80s.
When It's Snowing.
Winter Dreams.
When It's Snowing.
With Udo being very, very sentimental.
You know, the difference between Udo and Brian Johnson, let's say. Brian Johnson will never sing a ballad.
AC/DC never wrote a ballad.
And their song structure is basically, you know, 3-4 chords, and that's the end of it. You know, verse, chorus, verse. Or Accept. You know, they're epic songs, epic song structures. You know, again, interesting lyrics for everyone. And Udo's not scared to get soft and crazy hard.
That's right.
And you know, that's why Accept is such a loved band throughout the world, especially in Canada. I mean, you know, growing up Canadian, again, we had Balls to the Wall, Restless and Wild was there, and it was very foreign to us, right, Alan? It was very foreign. It was like these guys from Germany. Who are these guys from Germany? We're used to more of the North American metal bands, but here's, you know, with the Scorpions and the Accepts albums coming out, It was just something, you know, very mysterious, I'd say. It was a very mysterious sort of band for us, and that's probably the allure back then.
But plus, you're going from this album, you're going to Metal Heart, which they brought in Dieter Dierks from the Scorpions fame.
Yeah.
And you know, Screaming for a Love Bite, songs like that you can see where the record companies now, with a little bit of success off of Balls to the Wall, all right, now get that top 40 hit. We need to get you guys. And sorry, I'm not taking anything away from his voice, but Udo is not Bret Michaels. I mean, you know, we're not going to get that hit, or Don Dokken.
Yeah.
But that's still a great album as well.
Yeah.
But you can see where they're now, like you said, they were a bit underground, maybe on Restless and Wild and Balls to the Wall. Even for the North American market, perhaps the music business people didn't know what to do with them.
What do you do with these guys?
And all of a sudden, Balls to the Wall has been, you know, like Wolf said during our interview with him, has been voted like one of the top 100 riffs of all times.
Oh,
and
definitely.
They got, okay, now we see the potential of this band, and now we're just kind of gear them in with Metal Heart and the subsequent. But this is probably accepted their pinnacle until their comeback albums of Blood and Nations, I'd say. So
it's interesting that Balls to the Wall was such an epic song, and it's not, you wouldn't think it would be such a big smash, but everyone knows about it. You got the guys, the girls, all generations.
It's got the riff, it's got the chant,
the intensity.
It was in the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. He's crossing a bridge. What's playing? Balls to the Wall, man.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Again, if you only know about Accept because of their recent releases, Blood of Nations and Stalingrad, go back. A must-have. We're talking Balls to the Walls, Accept today on our, because that's when we tuned into them.
That's right.
Back in 1984, 30-year anniversary
+1
celebration of classic albums, and this is definitely one of them.
Hey, I'm Mark Tornillo.
I'm Alan from the Metal Boys.
And I'm Peter from Accept. And you're watching The Metal Voice.
Oh.